Okay, folks, so top 5 Linux OSs for the 2023, August 2023 edition, and remember this is my personal list, and just because I've listed them as a top 5 doesn't necessarily mean that I think any specific distro is better than the other one. It is important to realize this is a personal opinion, and I'd love to hear your comments below, but it doesn't mean that if your favorite distro isn't in here that I don't respect it or anything. So let's get on with the list. Coming in at number 5, very different and I'm sure quite a shock for folks, is OpenMind. And granted, you don't hear a lot about OpenMind, but it is quite an excellent OS, a great continuation of the Mandrake Mandriva OS that used to exist, and not only is it compatible with RPM software stuff for Fedora and Red Hat, but it also has a great rolling release edition as well. If you want rolling that's a little bit different than some of the other based OSs, it's built in software centers, absolutely excellent, and is user friendly as well. It gives you some great customization options. And yeah, I was just as surprised myself when I tried OpenMind, but it really is a great OS. And I suggest really, if you haven't already, check the review. And if you haven't, why don't you try it out yourself? Absolutely worth it. Coming in at number 4, Nobara. So Nobara is, of course, a Fedora-based OS, and it is basically, as I like to say, Fedora done correctly. Glorious eggroll, which has contributed on multiple patches in the Linux world, especially with the round 2 on the gaming side, and Proton patches. And this, of course, is their OS. And essentially, this, of course, has multiple patches done to it for special bits of software. So it really makes it even more reliable when it comes to gaming and video recording. It's available in GNOME and KDE. And if you like RPM distros and you want Fedora that's pretty much set up out of the box, and you don't want to do too much work on it, and it works well, you cannot go wrong with Nobara. Really fantastic OS. And of course, number 3 can only be the one and only OpenSUSE Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed is one of the best rolling release type of distributions, highly tested before the packages get released. At times, OpenSUSE Tumbleweed packages come out even before they reach Arch shores. Most of them are tested, and it also, of course, uses an easy rollback system as well. So if one of your updates has failed, you can roll the system back to an earlier version quite easily and out of the box. Additional software such as Yast, yet another setup tool, really makes it a high quality polished distribution and getting more recognition in recent years. I know Yast has been around for many years and more OpenSUSE and SUSE, but in Tumbleweed, really, really great. And of course, if you need that additional software as well, you can use the OpenBuild service. So this distro is an absolute winner for all types of users. Absolutely excellent. So you cannot go wrong with OpenSUSE. Number 2, of course, Nixon Express is my new Linux love, if anything. A really fantastic OS that allows the massive amounts of customizability. You can create a configuration file, move it to a different machine to rebuild, and you're going to get the same setup. You can have multiple versions of specific types of software in your machine. You can have types of, let's say, you want VLC to be from the latest unstable repo, but you want everything else to be stable. You can do it. If you're planning to do a rollout of machines quite easily, you can copy the configuration file and pass it on, and with additional configuration steps, you can easily change between graphical interfaces without having any dependency issues, as I've shown in quite a couple of the videos. And with more stuff available, such as Home Manager, etc., it's all really a really great OS. And when I'm working very closely on it, still learning myself, and have the utmost high respect for, and has been around for a very long time. So NixOS, fantastic work, and hope to see it grow from strength to strength. And if you're not, I'm not afraid, watch a couple of the videos. We'll really trying to make this OS as simple as possible, and while still harnessing its power. So yeah, a great powerhouse. And drumroll number 1 is a Arch-based distro, but hear me out. There are tons of Arch-based distros out there, and many of them are fantastic, and normal Arch, you can build it up and you can turn it into anything incredible. But having watched Garuda in the last couple of years, it's really been great to see this grow. I've seen it gone from a really over-the-top, unstable, opinionated distro to a much more stable, still opinionated, but with some sensible defaults, especially in the different versions they have available. Multiple desktop environments, each one treated as a first-class citizen, and they've got custom apps as well to make the system easy to configure and to use on a daily basis. And it really has the utmost respect for this distro, and see it to continue to grow from strength to strength. So yeah, Garuda Linux is definitely one I've become pretty fond of, and yes, it's what you would imagine a stable and a pure to Arch repos type of Manjaro distro would be. So Garuda Linux, hope to see them continue to grow from strength to strength, and to become quite a powerhouse in the Arch-based world. So folks, I'm going to say thank you for watching this. Please leave your comments below and letting me know what you think, and if you agree or disagree. And as always, thank you so much for watching.